Okay, so in this video, we're covering how to know if an offer is a quote unquote good offer. And obviously, there's a lot of nuance here. Sometimes an offer will just be good and not great. Sometimes that's okay. You can beat competitors with skill, sales ability, and a great service. An example there is email marketing. It's always just going to be good because there's always going to be demand, but there's just always going to be external forces going on like low barrier to entry, high competition, etc. A good rule of thumb here is that if someone is already selling it, the offer, meaning the set of deliverables, is most likely good, and you're going to need to you just use a headline that's going to attract the ICP in this situation. And most situations, the headline and the offer are a little bit differentiated. Just be aware of that. And again, sometimes there will be a unicorn scenario where an offer is so good because of what's going on in a market. Any banger offer solves a direct problem for a singular ICP. For example, Hyros, $100 million exit. This is Alex Becker's software that does ad tracking. And you can see here, this is probably one of the best offers that's come out of the internet marketing space, to be honest, as you can see by the big dollar sign up there. Because what it did was it saw a problem in the market, which was that people were spending a lot of money on ads and they couldn't see their losers or their winners and are therefore losing a lot of money. So the solution was a high-level ad tracking platform that makes the clients a shit ton more money. Another good offer that we know the boy, Alex Hormozi. So he also, I don't even know if the exit was 100 million. He exited for a shit ton of money and we all love him now. So that's pretty much evidence enough. And this offer was gym launch. And you can see there, I think that's a lead magnet that they had. And the problem they're solving was that most gyms had an unprofitable model. So they had low LTV, they had high churn rates, and they couldn't acquire customers for shit. So the solution was he basically installed sales funnels and remodeled the offer that any gym could use and license just to make them, pretty much immediately more profitable out of the gate. Another one, Closers.io. So this went from 0 to 3.9 million a month in less than 3 years. Pretty crazy results. Cole Gordon's a killer. And basically his offer is to recruit, hire, and train top 1% sales talents. And you can see that the problem that it solves is that coaches didn't want to waste time on sales calls. They couldn't find talent that could replace them. And they also couldn't find people that were skilled enough to replace them. So once ads got much harder and they wouldn't be nearly as efficient without good sales teams, it got really, really difficult. This became a progressively more pertinent problem. So the solution was done for you recruitment, sales training, licensing, done for you sales management, and a growth protocol plus consulting. Great solution. And obviously they've scaled up really, really well. So the common theme here is that they all make their clients a shit ton of money. They all have guarantees. They all put in tremendous amounts of work on their sales funnel, lead generation, and product in order to be able to sell that much. And they all started simple and then found a problem that they could solve. They all also do a mix of content outbound and ads, as well as a lot of it. And they are all also extremely skilled at their thing. This takes a lot of work. Now, there's a little caveat. You don't need to go and make a unicorn. What you do need to do is go out and make a claim, fulfill on that claim, and then get to know your customer extremely well, and then sell them on a thing that's going to help their situation and create actual value. If you don't know what is valuable in the eyes of the prospect, just ask them, because you want to just be aware that one person's opinion, before you go and make a knee-jerk reaction change to one person's opinion, you need to get the opinion of the entire market. So if you go out and get the opinion of an entire market, you sell a bunch of customers, you get a bunch of information, you get a bunch of data, you get a good amount of feedback, what's going to happen is you're going to understand the difference between a few douchebags and the sentiment of an entire market. So that can be really difficult because it often feels pretty shit on a sales call if someone tells you, hey, your stuff sucks, or hey, your idea is wrong. But what you want to do is just stay vigilant and find data in the market that's going to allow you to sell something that might not be available to other people, because you can get all this stuff on YouTube, you can get all this information on YouTube, but from the primary source of the customer, like literal clients that you get, they're going to be able to tell you stuff that maybe other people won't tell you. This is information that the market doesn't necessarily know yet, because nobody goes to the primary sources. So if you can go out and get that data, that is going to be the place where you find these banger offers and these banger headlines.